game with me. For those of you watching on YouTube, welcome back to Scorn. This should be the last little bit of the game, I would think. I'm not sure entirely, but hey, it seems as much. Okay, why is that not all the way? Thought it would be all the way open, but apparently not. Okay, so does that close that? It does. Okay, so what am I missing? So that closes both of those. All right. Well, let's reactivate that. This should... I don't really know what's going on. Because that's not opening all the way. See what I mean? Acting like it's stuck on something. Is there something else to this? Or can I just... See, we don't want to exit this at all, I don't think. Let me see if there's any other possible thing we can do. Because I think, like, they're supposed to open those doors and then our actual body escapes. That's what I think, but... What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh. Is he going to be able to maintain control if he's so far away from the thing though? Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. What the fuck is this game? Okay, he's just getting stabbed. That's all that's happening. He's just gonna get stabbed over and over again. What in the actual fuck is this game right now? Oh my god. Alright, let's head onto the pressure plate. Hopefully that opens it permanently, maybe? I don't know. I can't sprint or anything like that. How is this dude not dead with all the blood he's lost? Like, the dude's, like, dead. Like, if he came into my ER, he'd be dead. Okay. Alright. So, I mean, we're just gonna keep stabbing him, I guess. Stabby, stab, stab. What is that up there? Is that some kind of, like, ethereal gate? Like, this game just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Like, there's nowhere to go. Like, you just go, and it just, like, nothing makes sense. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Where are we going to now? Okay. No, not the... Not that thing again. No. Bro, can you just leave us alone? No, don't get on our back again. No. God, why? We worked so hard to get this far. I'm guessing that's it. He gets to the end and nothing happens. All right. Is that legit it? It might not be. I mean, probably, right? Is he like merging into us or something? I have no idea what's going on. Zero idea. I guess he's being consumed. Well, no, unless that's me. There's another face there. Right there in front of the portal. Okay. Well, this has been an experience, to say the least. That's very much true. I guess it's time we move on to the review of the game. Or experience, whatever you want to call it. All right, well, I guess it's time to review it then. See what we all thought about it. All right. So just for this game, we're just going to be doing the objective opinion. We're not going to be doing a subjective opinion. Typically, I will do a subjective, but for this, I don't think like there's a point to, honestly. So graphically, overall, graphically it was beautiful. I mean, just seeing this style of art in the game, this horror element of just like kind of otherworldliness, definitely a lot like how can I put it? Definitely a lot of H.P. Lovecraft inspired. It looks as much Alien maybe even, but graphically overall 1. Sound, a lot of the creatures sounded good. The weapons sounded like weapons though, but the sound design was good. Sound design for the monsters was really good. They all had their own distinct sounds, even though there's like a total of 4 or 5. You had the boss, you had no, technically 6. You had the boss, you had the brutes, crawlers, flyers, shooters, and technically the bat, if you want to call it, if you want to count that. So yeah, sound design overall is pretty solid, so that gets a 1 as well. Music, nothing too bombastic, but then again, this is a horror game. It's more of a creeping death kind of underscore that they go with, which fits the overall game vision. So the music fits. So I'll give it a 1. Nothing too crazy. Bugs or crashes, any polish issues. The only polish issue that I really saw was that you can definitely tell when a level's loading in. Beyond that, everything's pretty seamless. Everything, the cutscenes load in well. You go from one area to another relatively smoothly. Just kind of a good old time just to be had. But a 1 regardless. Story, there is no story. I mean, unless you want to count him trying to escape whatever hellhole he's in. But beyond that, we don't know where we are, which is fine. We don't know what's going on, kind of. It's just kind of this more or less an experience than a story. Everything's kind of context clues oriented, but like there's no audio logs or text logs of any kind, which is fine, but you cannot say this game has a story. It has a universe, but it doesn't have a story. I don't think I can though. I don't think I can copy Result 6. I don't think I can because like for 5, if there is none, freeform game, i.e. Minecraft. So I'm thinking games like Minecraft, Satisfactory. What other games don't have a story necessarily? But this has more of a world than a story. We'll leave that blank for now. We'll leave that blank, just so I can think about it a little bit more. Effectiveness and engagement of gameplay, this one's going to be tough as well, because for the most part, it's a horror game, but there's not really much going on. I mean, the puzzles are good. For what few puzzles there are in the game, they're pretty solid as it is. No story is part of its concept, so tricky to answer. That is true. It's more of a universe thing. It's more of a universe than it is a story. That's definitely something to kind of go back and forth on. But effectiveness and engagement of gameplay, is it fun, or does it make you want to play just one more turn? I'm not going to. It's not fun, but it's not fun at the same time. Kind of a double negative. So it serves its purpose for what it's supposed to do. And definitely it keeps you engaged, definitely with its puzzles, because its puzzles are not like in one small room. Some puzzles take place across multiple rooms and you kind of have to figure out what's going on. So the puzzles are definitely engaging, and the environments are engaging, especially around the giant. That's for sure. So I think because of that, I have to give it a 1. The gunplay, it's more of a defense mechanism. The monsters, pretty good design. They fit the universe. You know, they're there. You know, that's real. There's not much to say about that, really. There's not. Replayability / post game. If you think you'll want to replay this within the year, I don't think so. I think once you beat the game, there's no reason to go back. There's no extras to find. You know, which I kind of appreciate. Like, the more games that come out with bullshit in them, I'm kind of appreciative of less things I have to go and hunt down. But regardless, once you beat this game once, you're kind of done with it. You can go back and try to piece together on how this universe is supposed to make sense, but the reality is most people will not, so that will get a 0. Length of time, this one's going to be tricky. Let me open up the Xbox app. Let me see how much Scorn costs. If I wanted to buy Scorn, they're charging $40 for a 5-hour experience. That's a big no-no. So we had the same problem with On Guard. On Guard is a 3-hour experience for $20. So I have to frame it like this for people to really understand. So if you work a minimum wage in the United States, imagine working for, let's see, what's this, $40? So let's hear 7, 14, 21, 29 because of the quarter. So there's 29. Let's see here, 30, 35 and a quarter. So you're working 5.5 hours. You're working for 5.5 hours at a minimum wage job to pay for this game. Okay? And so you're paying $40 for a game that lasts 5 hours and has no replay value. So unfortunately, this game, because of the way it's structured, it's kind of short for what it's asking for. It's short. It's asking for $40 full price. I can get it for $31, but I have PC Pass or Game Pass, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's just really not worth the money. It's not. So unfortunately, because of that, I have to give that a 0 as well. So it's too little it's asking for $40 for 5 hours a game. That's not good. When you can pay $20 more, buy a AAA game and get a lot more content, a lot more story, and a lot more everything else. The environments, actually, let me look up the environments because I've kind of forgotten at this point. Like I said, I'm not going to do a subjective review of this because it's probably not going to do too well on the objective rating. If we had more people in chat, I'd love to do like a chat rating version of this to see what everybody felt about it. Let's see, what was I doing? Let's see, Scorn levels. Let's see here. Well, here's a walkthrough. Let's see what it says. So you got Act 1 with the scooper thing bob. Let's see here. The crane puzzle, bolt rifle, and meat tree. Yeah, so there's the first level. Okay. It's all going to be relatively the same because so like that's a hard thing for developers to do, right? Is like you can keep a game in one general area, but you can definitely make each area look different. And that's a tricky thing to do, but it is possible. Which it kind of did it here. Kind of. Really the only differentiation between each area is more or less where you are. The map itself is what changes these areas more than anything. It's not like you know, I hate to say Jak 2, where you have this big city, but each part in that city has its own identity in a way. And I keep bringing up Jak 2 because it's fresh on the brain. Everything looks relatively the same. So unfortunately, I think I have to get the environments and variability and differentiation to 0 as well. As much as it's not fun to say, like objectively, it all looks the same. You know, and I hate to say it, I hate to put it that way, but it's the truth. It really is. The entire package put together, graphics, sound, music, polish. This is probably one of the most polished games I've seen, believe it or not. Story. You know, I mean, if we go purely by this, I need to reword that, but because of the way it's worded, I have to give it a 1. If it's copying 6. I mean, based off of principle, I have to. You can infer the story, sure, but, you know, everybody's imagination goes a little differently here, but, you know, it's more of a setting than a story, which is fine. In a universe, it's a setting. Yeah, but it's going to copy 6 because these are the criteria. But the entire package put together, I think it's not bad. I think it's a fun one-time experience that's asking for a little bit too much money. $40 is too much. I don't think anybody should pay $40 for this game. Like, that's a hard no. It's a hard no to pay $40 for a 5-hour experience. Like, if I'm paying $40, let me put it to you this way. One of my top 10 games listed down below on Twitch was a $40 expansion when it came out, and I've put like maybe 50, 60 hours into it. So with this being 5 hours, came out in 2022 when the game I just mentioned came out in probably like 2008, 2009, 10 maybe. Like, and it gave me 50 plus hours at least, and that's just because I dropped it. I never like completed it, you know. But the entire package, you know, it gets a 1. You know, I am going to do a subjective review. Fuck it. But altogether, it gets a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10. Believe it or not, I don't feel it deserves a 7 out of 10. That's why we're going to do a subjective review of it. Let's see here. Bam. Bam. Oh, no. Bam. Bam. And then I'll go through all of this on my own, give my own subjective review. Yeah, if we had way more chatters, I'd definitely like put a vote up per category. I think that would be something fun to do in the future. But graphics overall, in my opinion, were great. Definitely great. I enjoyed the graphics. That's kind of a nice style they went with. Sound was good. Music was good. Polish was still good. Story, well, this is my subjective review, but effectiveness and engagement of gameplay, there was no story. It got boring. Once you figured out that there's only a few monsters and it's pretty much resource management, there's no stealth mechanics, and you know that's kind of almost like a standard for some horror games now. Like it's kind of boring. I hate to say it. Like personally, I found the game boring. It's not really that fun. You know, it's tense at the beginning. It's pretty tense because you know, as a player, I didn't know, you know, what to expect. If this was like a hide and seek game, like Outlast Amnesia, or if this was a resource management game like Alien Isolation, which it turns out it is. You know, but it's still, unfortunately, it's just kind of boring. It's borderline a walking simulator. Borderline, but you know, most horror games are, if you want to put it that way. So that will have to get a 0. Yeah, for me. Replayability, again, it's a 0. You know, and the length is a 0. Oh my god, I'm about to give this thing a 3 out of 10. Jesus, I'm rough on them. But this is my personal opinion, and this also is like, hey, do you pay $40 for this game? Environments are still a 0. The entire package come together. I mean, it's still a 1. The entire package put together, I think it's fine. You know, this is something that you have to want to play, but like I won't recommend anybody to play. You know. But yeah, story gets a 0 because there is none, and it's copying number 6. So for my personal rating, it's a 4 out of 10. Somehow it got the same as Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart was not good. I finished it yesterday. It's not good, in my personal opinion. But yeah, that's Scorn. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go get me another cup of coffee, and then we'll figure out what to tackle next. I think what we're going to tackle next, is that count 5? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad. That is a 5 out of 10. Yep, 5 out of 10. Better than Atomic Heart. Better than Atomic Heart. I miscounted. Yeah, I'm used to bugs and crashes being a 0, but yeah, 5 out of 10. Okay, so it did better than Atomic Heart. It did better. Just a little bit of loading here and there, but it's hardly noticeable. Yeah, 5 out of 10. Yeah, subjectively, again, if you want to get this for less than $5, go for it, but you're only going to play this once, and you're never going to touch it again. But, on that note, I'm going to go get another cup of coffee, and I'm going to figure out what our next game is.